Okay, so Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So, first of all, I would like to welcome all of you on this platform. So, our main purpose of having this call, I already discussed with Mr. Amir how we can facilitate all the aspirants who want to give the PGMP examination. So, as you have all experienced, that the coaching calls that Amir is conducting for PMP is proven to be very prudent for the students in helping the exam questions. So based on the same theme, we have tried to launch this PGMP coaching calls also. And our main target is to make you familiarize with the questions that we will be having in the exam. And most importantly, how are we going to attempt those questions? That is a key point, because as per the experience that we are having from all the examinations, is the key point is to understand the tone and the context of the questions, because I think that the course content that we cover is almost the same that is coming in the exam. But the key point becomes when we are not able to understand the context in which it is being asked. So our target, our aim is to make you familiarize with the concepts that will be coming in the exam, and most importantly, how are we going to attempt the questions. Okay, so if anyone has anything to ask from the basics, then I can answer that, or we start with the first question. Mr. Gulzar,
Let's
you
start,
can.
sir.
Okay, so from my point of view, I can give my small introduction to all of you. So my name is Abdul Raheem Samee, and I have done 5 PMI certifications, starting from PGMP, Agile, PBA, PMP, RMP. Then from safety point of view, I have done NIBOSH, and from technical background, I am master in electrical engineering. So this is my short introduction and the background. Okay, so our format for the coaching call would be that I would be sharing my screen. Everybody can see the screen.
Yes, we can see, sir.
Yes. So you can see the question on the screen. Okay. So I will start the timer, which is 70 seconds for each question, and you can write your answers in the chat box. And then once the time is finished, then we can discuss why is that answer correct and why others are not okay. Okay. So shall I start the first question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here
When
you
your
go.
time you can start.
Okay, here you go.
Should we answer in the group chat or individually too?
No, you can write in the chat.
In the group chat size, right?
Yes, here.
Mr. Rahim, my question, right?
Sorry. Okay. So what is the keyword here? So like we say, first of all, we have to look at the last line. Who are you? So it means that the answer would be a particular person or a particular department who will be doing the work which is mentioned above. Okay. So let's see. You are responsible to ensure that projects, subprograms, or other project components are organized and executed in a coordinated manner to fulfill the organizational objectives within the established standards. It means that this is a person or this is a department who has to organize and execute all these things so that we come to the achieve the things. So the correct answer is B. You are a program manager. Mr. Sajid, why have you written PMO? Can you explain? Project Management Office.
Yeah, actually, I just got carried away with the word established standards.
Right.
Normally, the PMO is the entity who observes or who ensures that the established standards are observed.
Okay, the PMO actually makes the standards, but they are not monitoring or they are not managing or organizing the standards. So it means that PMO has already provided us the standards, and now as a program manager, you are responsible to organize and execute these tasks, which are the components of your programs as per the standards. This is the question. So PMO is not
Okay,
required
okay,
here
got it.
that they have not to make the questions, the standards here. This already we have. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Program manager?
Yes, clear.
Good. Okay, question number 2. Okay. So what is the keyword here? Portfolios differ from programs in that. So it means actually the question is asking what is the difference between a portfolio and a program. Okay. But first we look into the answers. Components may or may not be interrelated. This can be correct answer. Components are not interrelated. This can also be the answer. Components are dependent and have end dates. This cannot be the answer because portfolio has operations in that and it has no limit. It continues. So this C we can eliminate immediately. Option number D, components are interrelated. This can be the answer. But here we have to, before going to the final conclusion, we have to read the complete story also what he has written. So Gulzar, can you read?
Yes, sure, sir. A big construction company has several offices in Germany. It has five portfolio managers, seven program managers, and several project managers. You are working as a program manager in this company for the last 5 years, and your friend David is a project manager. Portfolios differ from programs in that components may or may not be interrelated. Components are not interrelated. Components are dependent and have end dates. Components are interrelated. A is the
So
combination of P and D.
yes. So what is the correct answer then?
For me, I think it is A because portfolio contains independent projects as well as programs. Programs have interrelated projects, so interrelation option should be there. And for independent projects, we can say that components may not be interrelated.
Yes.
That's why A is the best option here. And C
Yes.
is, as you said, it is excluded because of the end dates. The
Yes.
operations, as you said, it does not have end dates, so C can be excluded.
Uh, for uh, for Farhan Saab, why you said B?
Yes, you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, actually, for me, I just went on with the last line where it was mentioning portfolios differ
Right.
from programs.
Right.
So I think just because of that last line, I just went on with with option B.
Okay.
Uh,
But
that was, I think, that was my.
right. But the correct answer is A because in the portfolios, the portfolio contains programs, projects, and program components.
Yes,
Okay, they can be
yes,
interrelated and they cannot be interrelated. So we are
true, true.
so the answer would be A in this case. Because
Definitely, yes.
if we say B components are not interrelated, it means they are never interrelated, and that is not the case.
Yes, it
If
cannot
we
be part of a
yes
portfolio
yes if we go for D, it means they are always interrelated. This is also not the case.
for the,
So
yes,
option A is the correct answer, and this concept is very important to understand because this surely this type of question comes in the exam in which he is mixing you with the portfolio, program, and projects. So the question can
fine.
also come, what projects differ from the program in that. This can also be the question in that case. Okay. So project is below the projects, below the program.
Yeah, below
Okay.
the program, yes.
Yes. And whatever story he's writing here is just to make you confuse. Okay. So the
Yeah,
keyword, read the last line first, but before going to the final answer, we have to read the complete story again. Okay.
true, true.
So is it clear to everyone now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let's go to the third question. Okay. Okay. So this is a very interesting question because in this question, I have tried to cover the key concept of the program. Okay. So B, 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 D. Okay. Grina, please understand that for every program, the key concept is that whatever are its projects or components, they have two qualities. One is time bound, second one is relatedness. Okay, so whatever will come in that program, all the activities will be interrelated with each other, or we can say relatedness, and they have to finish at a particular time, like a project. These are temporary endeavors. Okay, whereas the operation has no end limit because operation has to continue. Okay, so now we look into this question. Tim Hortons Coffee House carried out a need assessment in Pakistan. The approved business case states that the company can earn an annual profit of $100 million by launching 12 outlets in the country. Okay, so this is a story. This is a background. It awarded a contract to Elalan company for the construction of its new 12 outlets. So it means that we are going to construct 12 outlets. Is it clear? So what is the background? What is the breakup of this target is that the contract cost is 1,500 million with the target to complete by 31st December. So from here, it is clear we have to finish this task by 31st of December, which means we have a time limit. So this cannot be an operation. Okay. And as operation is not included, it cannot be a portfolio. Okay. So portfolio is gone and operation is gone. Okay. The company will inaugurate an outlet after every 20 days starting from 1st of August. It means that all these 12 outlets are interrelated with each other. Why? Because on 1st of August, they will open their first outlet. Then after 20 days, they will open their second outlet. Then after its 20 days, they will open the third outlet. So it means that all the 12 outlets, which are actually interrelated with each other, and everyone has a fixed time limit to finish. So this scenario fulfills our two basic concepts of a program, which states that the components have to be interrelated with each other and they have a time limit. So what is the best approach to execute this task of construction? So it will be a program which is option number B. Is the concept clear?
Yeah, this is clear, sir. I have one question here related to portfolio.
Yes.
As we know that portfolios are means they are not time bound.
Hmm.
What about that? The portfolios are cost bound, budget bound, or not?
They can be budget bound because ultimately everything is budget bound, because when you are managing either a portfolio program or project, there is a budget, there is a cost allocation, there is a schedule from which according to which you are following it. Okay, but the key
Right.
point is that portfolio doesn't have to finish at this time, otherwise operation cannot continue. But if in
But this
case the portfolio doesn't contain the operation part, then it can also end.
for the operations,
Hmm.
mostly the the objectives or targets are set annual based. Budget
Yes.
is also allocated annual based. Cannot we
Hmm.
say that this operation is for 1 year and it is time bound?
Yes, we can say then we have to see the circumstances. But in this particular case, he is saying you for the construction of the task, and they are interrelated, and there is nothing that after 31st of December it will continue to deliver anything to us.
Right.
So that's why the key point is here, this task of construction. If he would have asked to continue with the operations of the coffee house for next maybe unlimited time, then it can be a portfolio, you know. So that's why
Right.
I clearly wrote here this task of construction. It's not an open question in which he is asking you that after construction they have to continue the operations and earn the profit on annual basis. Then it will be a portfolio.
Thank you, sir. Got it.
Yes, Garima.
Yes, Abdul. I have like I want to
And
know
I
in
want to
lay.
add one thing.
Please raise your hand. Who is speaking?
I
Yes, Garima, please
Irfan, you
continue.
want? Okay. So I want to know in like layman terms because it's like I
Okay.
mean the initial
Mm-hmm.
stage. So program is like combination of projects plus operations, right?
No, portfolio is combination of program, projects, and operation. In program, you don't have operations because there is a time limit, and for the operations to continue, you don't have the operations.
Okay, so you mean to say portfolio is having program, projects, operation, and program is having only projects, is it?
Yes, yes. If you go in the
Oh,
hierarchy, the top one is the portfolio. Then comes
Hmm.
program. Under program, you can have sub-programs, projects, project components. And under
Hmm.
portfolio, you have program, projects, and operations. It's a second and fourth
Operations.
branch. This is
Got it.
portfolio.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Irfan?
Just adding to Mr. Gulzar question, if we set one year limit to then operation, then we can define it as a program, because if we set this any revenue, any deadline, any profit, we will, I think we should define it a program.
Yes, sure. Because operations can have annual targets, then we can consider any operation also as a part of the project. For example, if I say in a language term, as a normal term, like in project, in our daily operations, in our we say that okay, our annual KPI or annual target is to have this thing. Okay.
Okay.
thank you, Irfan. Thank you for
Okay.
your addition.
So let's go to the next. Yes, Garima.
No, no, I forgot to drop my hand.
Okay. So question number 4. Okay. So this is a easy question. Yes, this is a typo mistake. B and D is same. Actually, it had to be behind us. So answer is B. Over budget and ahead of schedule. So normally in PMP or PGP, this PGMP exam, you don't get the mathematical calculations. But the key point here is to understand that once CPI is less than 1, it is bad. It means we are spending more money than it is over budget. And if HPI is greater than 1, it means that we are ahead of schedule. Is this concept clear to everyone?
Yeah, this is clear, sir. One question here,
Yes.
that you remember that in PMP there were a lot of calculations and formulas like to complete performance index, estimate
Hmm.
at completion, estimate to
Yeah.
complete with 3 scenarios.
Mhm.
Do we have questions in PGMP like this?
No, no, in PGMP, you don't get the mathematical calculations. The maximum you get is that instead of directly giving CPI and SPI, he can give you that you have a planned cost, actual cost, then you have to consider whether CPI is less than 1 or greater than 1 only to give answer like this. But there is no mathematical calculation.
That's great. Another question is that in some of the program management questions, I found that they calculate the SPI, they calculate the CPI, then combine both and make the overall, show the overall progress of the project program. What is that term called? Is there some
Actually,
specific name?
yes, actually, in that thing, what you're talking about the question from the mocks, it's only confusing, but only just understand the concept of the actual cost and the planned cost. Whether you're considering the whole project or less project, the answer is remaining the same. And every time the answer comes, you never get the actual figures of 30,000 or 20,000, something like that. Only understand ahead of schedule, under schedule, or over budget, like this.
Okay, thank you.
Because yes, Irfan.
I am much afraid of 6 line, 5 line question. How many number of question approximately come in more than 5 liner like this?
Around 50%.
Approximately
50%.
50% more than 5 liner.
Yes, yeah, because this is the minimum question of 3 lines. Even if you have done any other PMI certification, this is the same average. They don't give you a single liner question, because single liner
Yes.
question is actually a definition, and they are not examining your theoretical knowledge. They actually examine your practical understanding of the topic. So to make a story out of that, minimum you need 3 to 4 lines.
Yeah, 3 to 4 line is an okay. Sometimes it come 5, 6 line, but this percentage I think maybe less, not
Yeah,
50%.
yeah, 5 to 6 lines, because it's a font also, because in the PMI is not a font like this. If you go this question, the PMI font, it will be around 5 lines. Because I have made a bit larger and the screen is big.
Yes, yes.
But the point is, you can go to the sentences, minimum 2 to 3 sentences, you can say. It's
Yes.
better to say.
And I think the most of question can be very easy if we just read last 1 line,
Yes,
because
sure.
maybe they.
That is the key. That is the first point, because even if you go to the basic grammatical English, I'm always saying to the students, actually the crux is in the last line, because it is a point how he's asking what he needs from you. Okay, the first is only the story building. This concept is actually in every real life also.
Because today I was solving one question, it was 7, 8 lines. But once I did it, I just read last line, and I was thinking, even if I don't read our first 5, 6 lines, I can answer, because
No,
this is very simple.
yes, but the key point is that you read the last line, but still you have to please read the
Yes.
read the sequence. Okay, so we go to the last question of today, question number
Rima
5.
has one question, sir.
Yes, please. I think we can solve, then we continue with the discussion.
And she is asking that how many questions and what is the time limit for program management.
It's 4 hours, Garima. The total question is 170 question with 4 hours.
So on average, we can say that 70 seconds for one question, right, sir? 70
Yes,
to 70.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is the correct answer for that? Yes, so the key point here is that the executive director of a company has proposed to add a new project to the ongoing program to enhance the benefits and profit of the organization. As a program manager, which of the following will you use to monitor and record this opportunity? So actually, the project is being added, but it is affecting the program. So we don't need to consider the project risk register. Rather, we will go for B, which is program risk register, because program, as we have discussed, can have multiple projects, multiple components in that. Okay, and whenever a project or anything is added to this, it will go to the program risk register. Whether it's an opportunity or threat, this is a common word for the risk. If either it is an opportunity or it's a threat, it will go to the program risk register. Program issue log, because this is still not occurred, so that's why we cannot go to the issue log. And program risk management plan comes later on. First, anything what is identified has to go in a register, and then later we do its planning, how we are going to mitigate it, how we are going to address it. Any question in this? Anything
I
not
have
clear?
one option.
Yeah.
If we don't mention that in the last line, it says which of the following will you use to monitor and record this opportunity?
Hmm.
If we remove the word opportunity and we put here only benefit, and also we remove the word monitor, and in the
Hmm.
options we put benefit register,
Hmm.
can we update it into the benefit register then?
No, because in the first line, he has only proposed to add a new project, still not added. So you cannot do the benefit management plan. You cannot do any benefit register unless you have a fixed project or fixed thing what you are going to do.
Okay, if we convert it into in this way, that program manager has proposed a new benefit as a component of the program, and which is approved by the steering committee.
Yes, then
Then
then it is benefit register.
then we can add.
Yes, then it will be a benefit register, because the point is that either you are evaluating the opportunity or risk or threat to that program, it will be a risk register. If you are evaluating what benefits it can give to us, then it will be a benefit register. And once you have a benefit register, you will go and modify the benefit management plan.